How's it going, everybody? RazingHel here, and this is just a quick update to keep those of you who haven't been closely monitoring the closed beta situation for Don't Starve Hamlet abreast of recent developments. So when I made my previous video on the closed beta for Don't Starve Hamlet, I sort of pointed out how to join. Those instructions, of course, are no longer possible because the beta has actually closed since I released that video. But there have been some important changes to the manner in which players will be notified whether or not they're selected for the beta. Basically, if you followed the instructions that that video entailed and went ahead and signed up or sort of registered for the beta through your Clay account, you will be in the beta. So in that previous video, I mentioned that Clay would send an email to you because at the time that's what they were planning on doing. But as you can see here, the plan has sort of changed and they decided that they were just going to let everyone in who actually signed up in their Clay accounts. It's not going to be a randomly selected process anymore. So as you can see here in this forum post by Joe W, it says, "We are not going to be sending out emails. We decided it would take too long to sync up the emails and the granting of the game in Steam, so we're going to just start letting people in by granting access on Steam. So if you signed up and owned Don't Starve on Steam, you will be getting into the beta." Which is great news for everyone interested in trying the beta. I know there was some pushback on whether or not I should have ever disclosed the information in the first case, but the way I've always viewed it, if you make information public, it is subject to be broadcast as widely as possible. There were plenty of Don't Starve streamers that I'm aware of who broadcast information, so I personally took that as an indication that Clay was not against people who made videos and stuff about Don't Starve also broadcasting that information. So since you're not going to be getting an email now to let you know that you're in Don't Starve Hamlet closed beta, because everyone who signed up is, what you're going to need to do is right-click on Don't Starve in your Steam library list and select Properties from that menu. Then select the Beta tab located at the top. Put the code to be or not to be into the box and click Check Code, and then select Hamlet Beta from the drop-down menu. You may notice that upon starting the Hamlet closed beta that there are no game saves remaining in that folder, but don't worry, that doesn't mean that any of your previous games have been lost. It's simply because the game creates sort of a separate save for the beta version of itself, right? So if you moved back over to the stable branch of Don't Starve, all of your previous game saves would appear, but then when you move over to the beta, it has like a separate tree of game saves. I hope I managed to describe that in a manner that makes sense. I do, of course, plan on making more videos about the Don't Starve closed beta for Hamlet. They will mostly focus on little quirks and whatnot that I find, I suspect, but there also might be a playthrough. Otherwise, if I don't post a playthrough here on the channel, you could always find my playthroughs on Twitch. So that's where I stream, and that's where I also have my VODs sort of archived for those interested in seeing what the actual gameplay is like. I understand that a lot of this stuff would classify as spoilers, which is why I'm a little bit on the fence as to what I should do necessarily, because I know a lot of people probably want to play the game themselves before they go ahead and watch somebody else play it, so that way they're not completely spoiled on what the changes have been. But I also understand that there are a lot of people out there now, especially probably who have subscribed to this channel, who got into the beta and might be interested in seeing some of the more weird things that I or others have discovered, and I would be able to showcase those. So I'll have to think about it going forward exactly what I want to showcase here, but you can rest assured that Don't Starve Together closed beta Hamlet content will be on the agenda. So thank you very much for watching as always, and I hope to see you next time.